Hi all, and welcome to today's webinar. In this webinar, we will show you how StreamBeam can be used in your infra projects. At the end, we will give you information on our current development. And as always, we will record the webinar and make it available for later viewing. If you have questions, you can write it in the chat and we will answer it at the end of the webinar. Today's presenter is our new product owner for infra, Terje Fjellberg. Can you please introduce yourself, Terje?
Yeah, thank you, Kato. Just a short intro about me, my background. I've been working in the construction industry since 2007, and my infra journey it started in 2013. I joined NCC Infrastructure, and I've been working there as a concrete worker for some years before starting in different positions regarding BIM and VDC management in 2017 in NCC Infrastructure. So I've been working a lot with the infrastructure and digitalization there. Before I joined Rendra in my current role this year. So that's just a short intro. I'll just jump right in to the webinar.
Yeah, I'll make you a host so you can share your screen.
Yeah, good.
There you go.
Okay. Let's see here. So you can see the screen.
Yes.
Okay, so this is StreamBeam, and this is how I like to set StreamBeam up when I work on a desktop, where you have the 2D map view down here with orthophotos and everything you need there, and then you have all the 3D design data on the top here. So first off, I will just go through a bit of the general infra settings that we have. So starting with the projection, you set the projection for your every project, infra project in your settings here. So as you can see, I have NTM Zone 6 activated here, and you just pick whichever one is right for your project. Then you have set the projection. Further down here, you have the offline functionality. Here you can set up what to bring offline when there's bad connection or no connection, so that everything you decide here could be topics, workflows, checklists, and so on, models. Everything you need, you select here, and then you just sync it for offline use. It will start syncing it here. So that makes you able to work both in online mode and offline mode. And when you come back online, you will synchronize all the work you've done offline, and also the other way around. So everything that has happened online will be synced down to your device based on this setup here. So next up here, you have the orthophoto setup. So you click here, and then you see I've added 2 orthophotos to this project. To do so, I can show you here. When setting it up, you choose the name for it. You add the JPEG file, set the projection here, and then import coordinate file, so you get it here. So this is the same method that you're seeing here. Also, we have the point clouds. You can see here, these are all models, IFCs, DVGs that are structured into different model layers. I will show you that later. And then on the top, we see that there's 2 point cloud files, E57, which you just drag and drop in, and it will process it, and you will have it available in your 3D viewer. I can show you here. So this is the point cloud to this project. Yeah, so I'll turn it off for now. And as mentioned earlier, the map view down here, I like to work like this on desktop. You can drag this and work as you want, bigger or smaller. You can also change it to be vertical if you rather like that. And when you're working on tablets and phones, this one is recommended. Small mini map here. You can also drag that one, scale it as you like. So that's very useful. We'll put it back here. Yeah. So right now we the supported files are we bring in IFC 2x3, 4.3. All the formats there, and also DVG files as mentioned, and we are looking into LAN-XML files regarding alignments and center lines and so on. So that's in the works, and you also have the possibility on the file formats, and GPS. I forgot that you have GPS as well. So whenever you're working on site, you have your position relevant to the models and the 2D map as well, and it will track your how you wherever you walk or go. So that's in there too. So I will go into some show you now the filtering and search functionality we have in Streamim, which is very powerful, and I will show you how it's used to send out checklists to different objects. So if I go here and I've set up an example for these lampposts here. So if I just click on one of them, and I have all the model information on the left side here. All these parameters here are clickable, so you can filter on whichever one you click. So for now, I want to bring out all the lampposts in the project. Then will use this classification code. It's the process code in Norway. That's a classification system very much used in infra. So this is 76.34. So I click on this, and then I see there's 114 objects with that code, and you can also see in the 2D map view where they are. You can click on these and go to that object if you want, like this. So yeah, but I need to filter this a bit more. So if I click on this property, it's a property I found that sorts them into different types of lampposts. So if I click on this, not the value, but the property itself, I will get all these, you can see at the bottom here, there's different tags, and these are all the values on that property. So as you can see, there's 10 meters poles and 12 meters, 6 meters, 8 meters. I want to filter these out on the 10 meter poles. So I use this property here, the value, by searching for it. So everything in this, everything, all the data you have in StreamIm in your project is searchable, and you can find it from the list. So as you can see here, I searched for beskrivelse. It's found on property element, and then I just click on this one, and then I say that this value should be the 10-meter poles, right? So I will just click on, it should contain 10. So the value of this tag down here should involve 10, and I click yes, accept, and then you see there's 36 objects left in the filter. So all these are 10-meter poles. And with this filter, I can use it for several purposes. For example, I can add object tags to them. Here I can just grab whatever information I want from the model, and I will get a tag in 2D with that property value. And yeah, other than that, I can bring out an ITO, information takeoff, by clicking here. I will get the list summary of them. I can customize this as I want. Add here again, add just whatever property I want and bring out the list. This can even be exported in different formats, as you can see here. But I want to put checklists on these 36 objects, so the 10-meter poles. So I click on the checklist here, and I've predefined 2 checklists, so that one for the 10 meters, one for 12 meters. So I'll just click on this checklist, and I can see that checklist added to 36 objects. And now I want to do the same thing with the 12-meter poles. So I just go back into this filter here, change from 10 to 12, accept, and you see there's 30 objects marked for that with that value. And you can see them all along the road here. There's 12-meter poles. So I will do the same here. Click on the checklist, lamppost 12 meters, and click added objects. So now all these lampposts has checklists onto them. And what I want to do further is, as a quality assurance worker, I would like to watch the progress of how statuses are on these checklists to see how far we've come. So I will set up a test plan for that. I will go into settings here. I will go to test plan and set up a new one. This one I will call lampposts, and could be named progress and tracking for QA purposes. Put electro as a discipline, and the checklists, and I will add these 2 checklists I created, and then click submit, and then I have this interface here. So you can put up as many you want of these plans, and you will see the progress of these of the checklist here. So this one is already finished on 3 checklists, and partly on 3 as well, and 30 are not filled in at all. So I can click on the ones that are done, and I will jump back into StreamIm, and then I will see this filter here. These 3 are done, and you can see them in the 2D view down there. And I can click on them and then jump to it if I want. And I see that this one is filled out. It has these 2 first ones are BIM property values, so it's automatically gathered from the object the checklist is assigned to. So when I assigned this checklist a few minutes ago, it picked up these values from these two properties that I've set it up to do. So it does it automatically. And then there's two checkpoints I need to fill out. And then there's signatures. So I can go into one that's not been filled out yet. We'll jump to it as well, so you see it. This one. So you see the properties are gathered, and then I will click fill these checkpoints in. It's placed according to the design model. Yes. Electrical work is finished. Yes. And then the signatures. I can sign both of these because I have the admin account in Rendra. But these are typically you have permission rights for these. So there's a certain people can sign these. So that depends on how you have set it up. So when these two now are filled out, you can see that it turned green. You can see it in 2D here as well. It turned green. If I now jump to the next one here, and partially fill it out, say yes on this. And then on this one, I will just say no. And then it triggers a conditional field here that if this is no, then do this. So did you contact Electro? Yes. But this is not signed yet, so you can see that it's yellow on the map and also in 3D. So yeah, that is how we can work with the checklists in StreamIm, and also the test plans. The test plans can be used for several purposes. Quality assurance is one of them. So there's just you can just imagine you can do whatever you want with those. Have it as progress tracking for your work packages or anything else. Yeah, you set it up yourself. So that brings me next to the capture functionality we have. I will just go back to the main view in StreamIm here in the project. So the capture here is it's an issue management system, and it has several purposes. You can use it for issue management, and it's based on BCF, BIM collaboration format. So you can also integrate this with any other system using that. So as you can see in the 2D view down here, there's now several points here with different coloring. So these mean stuff. So the orange ones means these are captures that are still open. The green ones means they are done, and the white one means it's been closed. So I can also jump between these. So if I click on it in 2D, I can go to that topic and I will be moved there in 3D and 2D and see it. And yeah, I can just jump around to the different ones here. So here is some measurement gathered as well in this case. So that's how the capture function is set up. Here I can show you the different ones I've set up, the workflows I have here. So I've set it up to be a health and safety. You have deviation here and near misses, so you can track those as you want to. Just use this one when it's a near miss issue. Also, you can use it for just a library, photo library, taking pictures, and just you use this one instead. For quality assurance, you have deficiency and deviation here. Our customers are using this for loads of stuff. It's not only issue management. You can do it for RFIs towards the design team when working with that. Meeting minutes at your project site, Monday meetings. You can have them here as well. Or change orders towards the owner, customer, and yeah, technical clarifications. It's up to you what you want to use it for. Those are examples of what customers are using it for today. So it has loads of functionality to it. So next up here is work packages. So I will just jump into a new project. I've set up a work package. A quick example here, how that can be used. So if concrete workers needs in model-based projects, they need to have the best available data for working on site when they don't have drawings. So you can set this up as you want using the capture module. So here is an overview of the objects that's in this section where they are going to work. And in here I have several viewpoints attached to it. So I just call this work package section 3, and I shared this with the concrete team, as you can see up here. This is just visible for those that needs it. I didn't see, if I jump to the second view, you see there's measurements onto this. For example, and there's other measurements here showing different things. And you also have the connected rebar model. This is an overview of all the rebars. They have been structured on their position numbers, so you have all the position numbers here. So if I jump to the next one here, which is the foundation there, I can, you see all the position numbers there, and if I click on these, it will highlight those as well. So you can just click around and know which ones you are viewing, and you can set it up to view together with the other rebars as well. So yeah, it's all there. And lastly here, I have just added a remember point. Remember these holes there. Just you can, just to show that you can do different kinds of viewpoints in these packages. So this package has been shared with the concrete team. And as you can see here, it's been set up like this. So the general access is set to concrete. This is a group I've set up in Streamim. And these are the ones I can assign and set the due date of the work package, and so on. So we have different things down here you can decide. And you also see the due date is set here, 20th of February. So these can also be used in the test plan I showed earlier to track how the progress is going in production. So I will show also the measurement tools we have because those are quite good. So if I take, let's see here, I will just do a click play in here on the side and check the covering of the rebars as an example, like this. Then I can bring out the measurement tool here. And this is point-to-point measurement. So I will just click on the rebar here and then back to, oops, I will set it to perpendicular as well. So it locks to the, perpendicular to the concrete here. And so you can set out these as you want. And this is just as easy to do on tablets and phones. You have a magnifying glass, making sure that you are clicking on the right location and snapping to the right location when you are doing the measurement. I won't be able to show that here, but yeah, it should be tested out. Other than that, we have loads of ways that you can do measurements. I will do some more here if I bring out a measure plane instead onto here, and then use this chain measurement here, and click on that edge, and then over to this. Oh, actually, I will do something a bit more interesting. If I see. Okay. Yeah, okay, I will just take it in. Okay, so I click on the wall there, and then on the wall over here. Oops, let's see, here to here. And then I can move this around as I want. I could place it here, or I could edit it again and move it down here. If there's things in the concrete floor I want to measure too, I can also add this. It will split into different measures, so you can just use that however you want to do several measurements within just one measure. So very handy and useful. I will go out to the measuring plane, go back to this. You have also the elevation tag, so it will bring out this height above sea level. So wherever you click, you get the actual height of these structures. Yeah, and also that chain measurement you can do like this. There's loads of possibilities here. So this one will give you the like length and also the height above sea level, and also at the end here, this it will give you the total value of that length. So it will just add all these together and give you the total sum here. So the measuring tool is quite good. To conclude this, I hope that a lot of you have seen the possibilities that you have, and you see the value that our customers are seeing in StreamBeam today, which is you have a all-in-one solution for your projects. The user friendliness of StreamBeam is extremely good, and it's specifically designed towards working on site. So that you can see that from how you navigate in StreamBeam compared to other tools. You have the combination of the 2D and 3D for maneuverability. So you can just place yourself in 3D and move around in 2D as well. And this is very useful when you are on a phone or on a tablet on site. Instead of zooming in and out on your screen, you can drag along the 2D instead. Yeah, so that's very good. And also the interface itself, it's designed to be working on the best way possible on tablets and phones, with the interface on the left and right side. And also the measuring tool, which has the magnifying glass to make sure that you are actually measuring correct and make that easier. Also the filtering functionality in StreamBeam is also my personal favorite. So it brings you an endless possibility of stuff to do and processes to fulfill with that filter. So it's extremely flexible, and yeah, you can use it for captures, checklists, sharing views, taking out information takeoffs, whatever. There's loads of stuff you can do with it. So yeah, I think I should just finish up. If you're interested to test this in your infra project, don't hesitate to contact us. If you want to hear more, just take contact with us. Cato, is there any questions?
Thank you, Terje. Thank you. Before we leave, we have some questions, and I just wanted to add one more thing to your presentation, Terje, and that is we are streaming all the models, which is well, that means that there are no limitations on the size of your projects or models. So you can actually spin around with the terabytes of data on your mobile phone. But yeah, we have some questions. One question is which file formats does the 3D viewer support? So it's some examples, DVG, DGN, and does it collect the right information from attributes?
So today we support DWG files and IFC. So it collects all the attributes you have in those formats. So it brings in all the information you have on the file, will be visible or available in Streamim. Not sure.
DGN, I'm not sure what kind of format that is. Maybe you know.
That's MicroStation, I believe. We don't have that supported right now. No.
Oh, okay. Another question. Do you support IFC 4.3?
Yeah, we do. So what I showed earlier with the line geometry and is IFC. Those are IFC annotations, so it's not 4.3 specifically. But we have support for 4.3, and that also regarding visualization of the alignment, for example, IFC alignment is something we are working on right now. The visualization part, we can read the file perfectly, but it's kind of a design question as well. How we want to interpret and show it, and it's connected with Centerline, for example.
Thank you. Another question is, does your system allow sectioning along an alignment? I think you showed that earlier.
It does. So if you have along lines, so if you have a line visualized in Streamim, you can section along it like I showed earlier. It will also be possible, as mentioned, for IFC alignments and the center line of your project. So that's part of the upcoming development, which is coming very soon.
Yeah, and one last question: are Civil 3D DVG supported? And I guess that is if it's exported as a DVG, then yes, it's supported.
Yeah.
If it's something else, I'm not sure.
Yes, correct.
And another one from Ahmed Alumran. I missed the start. Do you have BCF support? And yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Captures are built upon the BCF format.
Yeah, all the captures are BCF. I think we will conclude with that, and thank everyone who showed up, and we will make as I said earlier, we will make this webinar available for later viewing. So thank you for us, and have a good weekend.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.